Welcome back, everybody. You're here at Behind the Fame, and today we have in the studio legendary actor, Mr. George Raft. We're going to discuss his wonderful life and career. So join me as we celebrate this wonderful gifted actor, Mr. George Raft. George Raft was an American actor and dancer best known for his tough, coin-flipping gangster roles in the 30s and 40s, crime films like Scarface, Each Dawn I Die, and They Drive by Night, as well as his later appearance in Some Like It Hot. His real-life friendship with mob figures, repeated refusals of now classic roles, and later casino work helped give him a lasting reputation as both a Hollywood star and a figure on the fringes of organized crime. Raft was born George Raft on September 26, 1901, in Hell's Kitchen, New York City, to German immigrant parents, and left school very young, working odd jobs, boxing, and briefly playing minor league baseball. Taught to dance by his mother, he became a celebrated Charleston and tango dancer in New York, on tour in Europe, and on Broadway, performing in clubs, speakeasies, the stage shows, and earning a reputation as one of the fastest and most sensuous dancers of his era. Encouraged by underworld associates and show business contacts, George Raft moved to Hollywood in the late 20s, starting with small dancing and supporting parts before landing a standout gangster role in Quick Millions. His real breakthrough came as Gino Rinaldo in Scarface in 1932, where his coin-flipping hitman became iconic and led to a Paramount contract and star vehicles like Night After Night, The Glass Key, and Souls at Sea. Through the 1930s and early 40s, at Paramount and then Warner Brothers, Raft was a major box office name, often playing tough but sympathetic gangsters opposite stars like Gary Cooper, James Cagney, Humphrey Bogart, and Aya Lupino. His career suffered because he frequently refused roles he felt were too villainous or unflattering, including parts that went to Bogart in High Sierra and The Maltese Falcon, and to others in films like Double Indemnity, choices widely cited as a major missed opportunity. After leaving Warner Brothers, Raft freelanced in film noir, thrillers, and melodramas such as Johnny Angel, Nocturne, Outpost in Morocco, and Rogue Cop. But diminishing box office returns gradually ended his days as a top-billed star. He shifted increasingly to supporting roles, television work, nightclub appearances, and self-produced projects, while his close friendship with figures like Bugsy Siegel and other mobsters attracted negative publicity. In the 1950s and 60s, Raft worked as a casino greeter and entertainment director in Las Vegas and Havana, held small ownership stakes, and faced licensing scrutiny over his underworld connections, eventually being barred from entering Britain in 1967. He enjoyed a late career nostalgia boost with appearances in films like Around the World in 80 Days and Some Like It Hot, and remains remembered for his suave gangster image, dance background, and high-profile roles, refusals that reshaped both his career and others. George Raft died on November 24th in 1980. He was only 79. He died of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. He married Grace Mulrooney from 1923 to 1970. That was the extraordinary life and career of Mr. George Raft. What are your thoughts on George Raft? Everybody remembers, if you look at the old Bugs Bunny cartoons, they always have a gangster flipping a coin. You have another gangster doing this, you know. That was James Cagney's thing. And then I guess George Raft was the one flipping the coin. You know, flipping the coin, which was cool, calm, collected. And George Raft, a powerhouse of an actor. Isn't that weird how Hollywood works? Your instincts may tell you, no, I don't want this role. It's too violent. No, I'm going to be maybe too typecast, whatever. But the Maltese Falcon, it could have been George Raft. It went to Humphrey Bogart. I think he won an Oscar for it. Double Indemnity, he bypassed that film. He could have got nominated for that role. So, you know, depends who your agent is, or maybe your gut just says, I don't want those films. But he was a very, very powerful leading man, actor, gangster, player. And apparently he had too many close ties with real mobsters that people were like looking at him in the gray area. All right, you're supposed to be playing these mobsters, but you're hanging out with real mobsters. So what's in it for you, Mr. George Raft? Anyways, look up George Raft. You know, some interviews with him, and you'll find George Raft entertaining, pleasant man. Listen to him talk, but watch him in his film roles. Very, very, very fine actor. All right, give me your thoughts below on your opinions of actor George Raft. Thank you for joining me here at Behind the Fame. Any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them below. And I'll see you all in the next video.